Listen, I gotta get this out. In order for me to be a decent human being, no, I'm not a human being. I'm a being, but I'm just trying to set this warning out there, just in case it is the end times and these horrible rotten souls that think they're fucking riding the gravy train and they think their world is good and Brotherhood will get them through the deep darkest of times. Well, I think you should tell your Freemason friends and anybody who's hooked up in these Brotherhood shit that they're on a one-way trip to hell. Let me tell you. I'll tell you why. This is the reasoning. You have to agree with me if you hear me out, okay? Alright. Listen. This whole shebang, it's all about being in a brotherhood and helping the community. So of course they help the community, right? But would they help a brother out over the community? For sure. It's in their code. And the deeper you get, the more dirty stuff you have to know about each other. That way you trust each other all the time. Because, you know, who knows? Like, you'd be willing to sell out your community for one person that you know is doing the wrong thing, and you want to think there's good things coming to those people? No, that's not. That's why so many of these fellers are good Christian men, like Mike Pence. If there was ever a Christian I could look at and say, hey bro, you're probably going to hell because you're pretty deceptive and not very objective, and if you cared about Christian lives, Ukraine would have been a good starting point to at least defend or find out or make sure for yourself rather than getting all ticked off. Anyways, these Freemason fellows. You got any Freemason friends out there? A little me? Anybody? Let them know. Brotherhood is not the way to go. God told you guys. It was through Jesus, his son, which represents the truth. And well, brotherhood comes before truth with the Freemasons and all these brotherhoody things. There's no way to heaven. It's through the truth. You ain't got the truth, but you got a bunch of earthly brothers. Well, let's just hope that the atheists are right in your worm meat. That's all you are. Is there a little karma reward at the end of this for you? Is it a bit of hell? Or is the hell knowing that you had the opportunity to keep existing and you no longer exist? So therefore there's no problem because you don't even know it. But you had the opportunity for eternal life and you picked men. Well, it tells you. You don't, this is the thing. They're the weakest men there are out there. They need other men to love them in order to feel secure. Like they thrive on it. They have to have the love of men. When they really love themselves, they knew they would know that the right men would gravitate towards them sooner or later. Or maybe you do like what's it been, a 3 or 4 year walk from me all by myself. But I'll tell you, I think that's the way to God. You walk your own path. You don't let anybody, but don't be bullheaded. Listen to reason. You know what I mean? No, I know it's hard for me to say. Hey, I think I'm the chosen one, the fifth element, the missing link. But you don't know unless you ask. But anyways, anybody heard serious men in these times? You might not be doing as well as you think you are. You're actually giving up a whole lot. And I start on my TikTok accounts making my public. I no longer support Freemasonry. I would no longer like to be a part of this trashy little group. And here's what I actually know about them. Could you imagine the panic? Like, just in case, which it's not, right? This could just be for my movie. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? Do you know what it's like fucking walking around in this head? Like, I'm only human. Like, do you fucking think this is a good time? Thinking you're the fucking fifth element. I don't know, man. It's fucking weird. Oh, man. No wonder people think I'm cuckoo. I just want my opportunity. I just get someone. Like, why is it so hard for you guys to go ask Dagburn to fucking please make a video and tag Up Church and tag myself? And please have Up Church put me out of my misery. Or maybe you'll help me and let people know what's going on in the world with the fucking, like, does my Freemasonry thing not, like, if this was the end days, like, do you think, like, oh, what about all these little groups in all our communities? The ones we always think are the good guys. What if they're not so good? The guardians of our communities. Oh, oh, oh. Who knows? Maybe some of the groups are good. Maybe some of the groups are good, though. I'm not saying. I'm just saying it would surprise me, just with the way things are going these days. Maybe I'm just like I'm just being hard because, look, I'm human. I have this human life too. And I swear, oh man, I have to deal with some stupid shit. Like, my fucking. My father-in-law is a worker, which. Oh. Anyways. She got mad at me because Charlie's teeth weren't where they were supposed to be or something. I was like, I didn't put them to bed. And she's like, well, how hard is it? I was like, I didn't put them to bed. I'd tell you if I did it. I don't know what to tell you. And she's just like, I'm just like, I can't let her go. She goes to help Charlie or something. And she comes back and I'm like, hey, Nikki, can I be honest with you? Because you're allowed to vent on me about stuff like that had nothing to do with me. So let me vent to you. Do you think this is a good fucking time for me? Like, this dude, it's a full-time fucking job. Like, you can't take your eyes off him. So who is that most times when you're not here? Nikki. And my wife's not around. It's me, Nikki. Like, who do you think cooks that man's meals? Who do you think fucking has to help him at night? Do you think her daughter is fucking willing to fucking see him naked? Like, fuck, like this is, like, Nikki, I didn't ask for this. I didn't know I had to give up my life to let her mother live her life. To me, somehow that doesn't seem fair. As much as little me wants to call me a prick for that, no, that's not, it shouldn't be my responsibility. And then on top of that, maybe it wouldn't be so bad if I had like a place in my huge motherfucking house to go and be by myself, because I can't be in my bedroom. Like, that's evident with me doing the videos and stuff like that, right? That would be pretty evident. And I can't use the den because it was all closed up, but now it's now unclosed, but now it's for someone else. And well, the downstairs, my nephew that rents what I thought was a room, and he's had a whole bunch of free rent for like forever, and $500 doesn't even cover our hydro bill. And I don't think he's really on payment or paying or whatever the fuck. Who knows? I don't know. I'm not allowed to be involved in these conversations to know. But anyways, you should see my house. It's huge. And I'm not allowed to go downstairs because he rents a room. Even though I don't even go in the, not even gonna be in the, like, there's two different options where we won't even have to see each other. Or, like, he had the nerve to say that to me, and my wife had the nerve to tell me that, well, I don't have the nerve to tell him that, well, that's my fucking house and I don't give a fuck what you think. Well, my wife tells me that that's not the case. But then on top of it, his girlfriend, who I've never had a conversation with, or nor has she been around me longer than half an hour of me talking. So I'd like to know what I said to give her the heebie-jeebies, but he just didn't feel comfortable with me around her because she didn't feel comfortable around me. So I gotta try to avoid the situation with her. Like, I just let this stuff go so I can teach you guys what people actually, like, if you actually took a look at your life, you'd be like, holy fuck, I'm controlled. And people actually allow this shit. So anyways, like, shouldn't me as a man say, hey bud, if your girlfriend gets the heebie-jeebies from me, she can keep her heebie-jeebie ass the fuck out of my house so she don't get the heebie-jeebies. You know what I mean? I'm the owner of this fucking house. And if you don't want to rent the room, hasta la vesta. And see ya. I wish you the best of luck. That's the way it should be, I would think. Being the man of the house and being talked to and disrespected like that. But no, I'm supposed to bow down and follow the rules of some fucking kid that I've been nothing but ever great to. Fucking raised them at times. You want me to bow down to that? Okay. I'm telling you, man. It's time to stop being betas. And when you trap them good. My sacrifice to you, so you don't be like me. Learn from my lessons, because I got a lot of lessons to tell you on what's expected of men. and how they're treated by the police. When men are in trouble, police don't give a fuck. They really don't. But if it's the other way around, you could. You could. Like when they picked my wife up the one time to actually do something about it, to actually make her pay the price. When she had a panic attack, they had to send her to the hospital. And then put me back in the same situation. And then she still comes in that night again, and the police are there, and I have a recording of it. And because the recording doesn't show her on it, but you can clearly hear, you can see where the camera is. Not admissible. You don't know how many times the cops would tell me, hey, Carl, that's the law. It sucks, but it's the law. Well, how can you justify standing up for something that you're telling me it's stupid? Or, I see your logic, Carl. Well, if that's logical, then why do you do it this way? like, if you see what's right, if you see what you're doing is wrong, shouldn't you raise your hand and go, don't quite understand, because this guy just pointed it out to me. But no, I gotta follow the man. See, that shit's not gonna get you to heaven. You can think you got Jesus all you want, but when you don't follow the truth and you follow man, you're fucking in big trouble. Just be a man, and men will be there for you. If someone tries to wrong you and they know you're a good man, that brotherhood will be there still. But it shouldn't be there if the one brother's a shithead and you cover it up and it hurts a whole bunch of people. That's not a brother. That's a Satan. You're eating your brain to think that you're good and you're not. You're sick and you're twisted. And you serve men and you don't even realize it. You say you serve a God, but in order to serve God, you serve the truth, His Son first. And if you're not standing in the truth, like I know I go on about Christians and how I feel for them and their addiction for the Bible and not for Jesus. But there are some that are for Jesus. They're just unfortunately being very punished right now. Like the popes. Like, how do people not see the Pope? Like, that is such a joke. It's such a joke. It's like, it's almost disgusting. Have you ever seen him around the King Charles? Oh, it's just not to make you puke. Oh my goodness. Like I see he's trying to get a bishop to step down now. I bet you it's not for doing stuff to children. I bet you it's not for that. I bet you it's for something else. I haven't looked it up yet. Bishop Strickland. I wonder what that... I still got to look it up. I hadn't looked it up yet. But I'm just guessing if he wants to get rid of him, it's... Maybe he's causing a fuss. Maybe he's bringing some logic to the table, and well, the Pope can't have any of that. But maybe he is actually doing his job and not promoting. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Like, how can we not see it? How can we not just like at least acknowledge it and say, "Hey, Carl, yeah, man, I looked into the Pope and." But hey, don't worry, it's the Great Awakening, and well, symbolism will be their greatest undoing. Be proud of your Freemason signs. Be all of it. All of it. Don't believe all of it neither. Like Lady Gaga, for sure. But I'm thinking Roseanne Barr, she actually came out on live TV and said, like, hey, you know what? Stupidly, I did this because they told me it was like the it thing to do. I thought it was so stupid. I just fucking did it. But now I see that they were trying to implant people. I was a part of them when people started to pay attention. Like, very clever. And, well, you'd have to say Roseanne is like, I don't know. She says she's doing a job for God, but and people say she's crazy. She crazy because she speaks truth. Or at least not. I mean, I think she could be persuaded elsewhere. I mean, it's I love that woman, I do. For some reason. I think she's the cat's meow. Anyways, my wife doesn't like her. Can you imagine I talk about this stuff happening and he's Trump. She hates my spiritual bestie at church. Like the mostest. Maybe even more than me. Holy smokes. I really hope I get an answer soon so I can stop thinking this way. Someone get all of Dagburn and please ask him, just in case I am spiritually gifted, and the longer it takes Dagburn to do this, I think more of a punishment that's going to come his way. So just tell him for his sake and my sake, like if I'm crazy, he could help me with Upchurch, and then this would finally be a way for, Dagburn to either see that Upchurch is a good guy or that he's the dickhead that he says he is, or maybe Upchurch just says, no, I'm not chosen by it. I can't argue with your logic, but that's not the kind of chosen that I am. I got a different interpretation of chosen, and I'm cool with that. Like, but if Dagburn could rip that apart. But then again, we could get the reaction that Dagburn would, tell everybody to anticipate. That he'd make fun of me, call me a piece of shit. Well, there's the chance. I have said some shit about Gail. I've added Sky in some videos. I don't think I've ever been mean to her, actually, to be honest. I've just said the basic things that I've said that people don't want to help children. I think that's it. And, well, there's Uncle Will, too. Like, Uncle Will is kind of he's confusing. He likes to talk, but he's really not much of a walker. And then when he sees a walker, he fucking tries to trip him up with his insecurities and wouldn't talk to him, even though he'd asked to talk to him. And, oh, well, he's supposed to be the best guy on the block. Well, it doesn't really look like that to me. Anyways, I saw his little thing where he posted about Biden. It's not Biden's fault. Well, you're right, you're wrong. You're right, you're wrong. It's Uncle Will's fault. It's not Biden's fault. Y'all know about the laptop. Y'all know that's dirty business. Yeah, you keep allowing it. Plus all the other shit. I mean, just the sniffings alone. You think you'd want to, like, have an inquiry about that? Like, how many times, like, do you guys not warn them about this? Do you guys just say, hey, no matter what, just don't sniff anybody? It makes people uncomfortable. But no, nobody will address it, so he doesn't know to stop sniffing. Unless there's a reason for sniffing. Like, we all know this horrible shit about Biden, but yet we sit by and do nothing and let Karine Jean-Pierre do a circle of Olympic journalists for the most part. And just run circles with them. Even the decent ones. Like they love Peter Ducey. But he ain't even coming at them the way he should. And he's one of those. Like, he ain't coming hard at all. Like, man, like, can you get answers on the diary? Like, come on. Like, how long does something take? Like, when do you get answers? Well, they just keep creating problems. So you just keep forgetting the old problems. So you got new ones to think about, like, nuclear war. Like, should we put an end to Biden before we have nuclear war? Because, like, he's in charge of, the bombs and stuff. Well, is he? Or is it Obama? Who knows, right? Who's the puppet master there? But then again, who is Obama's puppet master? Because if he actually isn't a U.S. citizen, what is he a citizen of? And who pulls his strings? Because there'd have to be a string puller for him to even get the idea to do it. So, you know what I mean? Videos aren't uploading right. I gotta do a DD Gallon video. See, I don't mind looking like an ass, and I might look like an ass, but I don't really care. If I was wrong, I was wrong. I don't care. I'll just pass all that stuff off to little me. I'll just see if he feels like doing it. Ayoka. Oh, my fucking weirdness is starting to come out now. Straight up Ayoka. I hope I have this power when I want to do that TikTok video today. Oh, man. I don't know how I'm doing this. I just get started. I get in the moment and then, like, don't go thinking other shit. Like, I'm just getting lost in the moment. Like, what if this is true? This could happen. And it makes me laugh sometimes. See, here's the problem. When I'm walking in the woods, I'm not living in the moment, but I'm thinking about what moment I want to get into. So I'm, like, kind of previewing it, and that's when I... and I get so many ideas when I do it that I forget. And then by the time I get brave enough to do my videos, I'm like, I don't really remember one. Meanwhile, I had all these other beautiful ones, and I missed out on them, but oh well. It got me to this moment to where I can build to get to the moment where I need to be, where God tells me I need to be. Anyways, a half an hour. I don't like making them this big, but I better get back home. Looks like it's gonna rain.